It's December and this is the Library Roadshow. On the show today, the Louisiana Book Festival, early literacy, and data. So much data. Welcome to the December edition of the Library Roadshow. I'm Mary Stein, and this is a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. 2019 is winding down, but we've still got some great events on the schedule, all free, of course. The Discovery Dome from the Louisiana Arts and Science Museum tours the library system this month with a flurry of winter shows. Branches will host these family-friendly music and light shows beginning December 4th and running through December 23rd. Since each showing is 30 minutes long and there's limited seating inside the dome, registration is required. So check out the schedule in the source and call the branch with the times that best suit your own schedule. Free holiday music concerts are planned for the main library. The Talented Music String Orchestra and Choir Concert on Saturday, December 7th at 4 p.m. features more than 70 students from Baton Rouge Magnet High, Woodlawn High, and McKinley High schools. Their classical music program includes Vivaldi, Haydn, Mendelssohn, Beethoven, Brahms, and Saint-Saëns. Sunday, December 8th brings us the Talented Music Solo and Ensemble Concert. LSU Science Saturday returns with Where Do Galaxies Come From on December 7th at 1 p.m. Our staff has scheduled all manner of crafts and activities for all ages during December. I especially like the Hogwarts Holiday Crafts and the Murder at the Ugly Sweater Party Mystery Challenge planned by the 20-somethings group. In addition to movies scattered around the parish, Holiday Movies on the Plaza will be screening The Nightmare Before Christmas on Friday the 13th and the original How the Grinch Stole Christmas, along with The Christmas That Almost Wasn't on Friday, December 20th. Bundle up and bring your lawn chair. Get the details on these and dozens of other activities in the December edition of The Source, available in print and online. And during the holidays, don't forget how easy it is to download ebooks, audiobooks, magazines, and even stream music and concerts. Plus, get inspired using fun resources like Creative Bug for Crafters. Check it out at ebrpl.com.
Free access to books, audio, and library resources are just a few of the benefits available to you when you get a library card. Need free access to a computer? You get that. Want free access to premium digital resources like Mango Languages and lynda.com? You get that. Need to book a meeting space? You get that. Heck, you can even check out a telescope or use a digital printer with your library card. If you live in East Baton Rouge Parish, pick up your free library card from your local branch library today. Premium access to everything the library system has to offer is waiting for you.
It's no secret that there's a lot of fake news out there. Our patrons rely on us to help them sift through it all. We offer a number of great online tools to help get reliable info fast. I'd like to report that one of our favorite resources has recently changed its name and upgraded its services. Adam St. Pierre joins us now to explain in the digital download.
The library is pleased to present wonderful improvements to our LexisNexis resources. You can find LexisNexis Legal and LexisNexis News all available in Nexis Uni. Nexis Uni brings together all those fantastic resources in one spot, and it's even available outside your library now. So whether you need to find news segments, law reviews, and journals, legal cases, statutes, and legislation, company and financial info, or administrative codes, Nexis Uni has got you covered. You can also use the guided search to build a search for a specific topic or to narrow your search to a specific time frame, like looking for legislation related to campaign finance in 2010. To check out Nexis Uni, head over to the digital library page at ebrpl.com.
Thanks, Adam. The LexisNexis platform has been a big hit with our patrons since the day it came online. So whatever it chooses to call itself is all right by me. And the fact that it's all available remotely now is a tremendous asset. So I'm just going to think next to remember its new name, Nexus Uni. Let's shift gears and check in with Kayla Perkins reporting in from Beyond the Stacks.
Last month, we met Warren Cron. He's the guy in Baton Rouge that heads the city's GIS program. Warren joined us to preview GIS Day. Did you go?
Your library aims to equip and help move you forward in today's information age. We're at the main library at Goodwood to celebrate GIS Day. That's Geospatial Information Systems. Let's check it out.
So we're here at GIS Day at the East Baton Rouge Parish Library. And I am one of the speakers representing the LSU Center for River Studies. GIS Day is a day that different speakers can come, people from the public can come to the library and hear about the different interesting and important applications of GIS, especially in the real world. I think for Louisiana it's a very important technology that's obviously being utilized. We've heard a lot of that today.
But see what others can't was the theme of this year's conference. Because as GIS professionals, we really do look at information a little differently, and we see things that other people don't necessarily recognize.
GIS Day started early with public school students engaged in interactive educational programming. The workshops you can see here began later in the day. The high attendance demonstrates the interest that the public has in the state-of-the-art technology.
GIS, I think, is important for understanding more about information, specifically the work that I do. It's more environmental literacy and understanding more about our coast and taking data and science that we're collecting out in the field and being able to visualize that and using the technology to be able to visualize that. I've seen a direct impact on 4th through 12th grade students that have come through the Center for River Studies, understanding more about the coast and why it's important and different things that we can do to restore and protect it.
GIS is a technology that helps make sense of the world around us in real time. Its applications are vast and its future is bright.
I would say there's an incredible demand for it. Just at the Coastal Protection and Restoration Authority and the people we work with at USGS and all those different agencies and entities, specifically in coastal Louisiana, understanding more about land loss and how our coast is changing. That data is so information, understanding how we can use GIS to track those types of things. We have plenty of people and plenty of careers that are there today and will be definitely growing in the future.
What a fascinating program. To find out what's coming up next, pick up a copy of our monthly newsletter, The Source, or visit us online at www.ebrpl.com.
Thanks, Kayla. We'll be hosting more GIS programs at the library throughout the year. In fact, you can register now for a class on using the EBR GIS map portal on January 25th. This will give you a hands-on workshop on using the city's own geographic information system. Contact the reference desk to sign up. Stay right there. After the break, Pabbie Arnold joins me for a chat right here on the Library Roadshow.
Hi, I'm Ken Jeong from the new movie Wonder Park. In the film, a young girl finds a fantastical amusement park straight out of her childhood imagination. For a magical adventure of your own, look no further than your local library, which has books, games, and activities promoting creativity and discovery. Find something wonderful at your library.
Do you wonder how your family landed here? Do you really know your family roots? Discover more about your family history at the East Baton Rouge Parish Library Genealogy Department. East Baton Rouge Parish Library. Become a member and discover more.
You're watching the December edition of the Library Roadshow. Everything you need to know about your local library system. The library is totally invested in upgrading our literacy levels in the community. This year, we devoted even more staff and resources toward this important mission. Pabbie Arnold, our Special Literacy Projects Coordinator, joins me now to give us a progress report. Okay, Pabbie, first, let's revisit, why is literacy so important?
Baton Rouge, like many places, but especially in Baton Rouge, has a bad literacy problem. You can look at the numbers any place, and they're just bad.
I think we're batting around 21% illiteracy.
And one of the really horrible numbers is that children in poor homes, there's usually only one book in a home for every 300 children.
And that's appalling.
That's nationwide.
Oh my gosh.
And so we're trying to do the best we can to do more with that. And of course, the public library is a perfect place for that
Right.
because
Lot
you
of
don't
books
have to
here.
invest money.
That's
You can
right.
just use the books.
That's right. And we try to make it so easy for the kids. The kids don't pay fines if they're late.
We took that away a long time ago.
Right. There are digital books that the kids can read because almost every household has a smartphone.
We give books as prizes for summer reading, for
earn
Children's
books.
Book Week.
Yeah.
We have lots of things going on.
So lots of surroundings, but you still have to really focus in. So what literacy projects have you already launched in the last year?
A literacy problem that people don't think about, and we were just talking about this a little while ago, is snacks and study. We have kids who come here directly from school, and they're hungry.
They haven't eaten since 10 or maybe 11 o'clock if they're lucky.
Exactly. And not only that, I just got an email today from one of our branches, and they said that they had their largest number yesterday. We're in Thanksgiving week right now. School is out.
And they're not
The
getting
kids
their
are not
breakfast
getting
or their
food
lunch.
at school, and they're coming in really hungry. Now, we're just giving a small snack, but we have punch this week because once a month we have punch for them, and they really appreciate it.
And these are snacks that are provided by our wonderful partners.
The food bank.
That's right.
Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, and we are so happy with that.
So that's a wonderful blessing. You've started literacy texts.
We have literacy texts every Thursday night at 7 p.m., and that's the only time we use that number. We do not use that number
Just
any other
send out
way.
a little helpful
Yes,
hint.
exactly. We also, on Monday nights, we have our bedtime
That's
stories.
the one I love.
And it is every Monday night at 7 o'clock that we post one of the staff reading a book. We have to be careful because of copyrights and all. And we only do it on Monday nights because we want parents to do it the rest of the night.
That's
if we
right.
do Monday, parents can do it the rest of the week.
That's because nothing beats that active role of sharing a book with a child.
And having a child on your lap.
That's right. Technology does not
Yes,
replace that.
ever.
Now, we've already had a program called 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten.
This is
for
our finishing up our fifth year. Yes.
But what about after kindergarten?
We are starting a brand new program. I've wanted to do this for a number of years. This is our special elementary grade
So
reading
1,000
program.
books beyond kindergarten.
What we have is that kids from kindergarten through fifth grade, they can read throughout the year, and we hope they'll read books that they like.
Sure.
Plus, they can use school books too.
Right.
They have to read for school and all. And they'll get, when they come into our library starting January 2nd.
Okay.
January 2nd, they'll get one of these, and they write down the names of their books, and every fifth book they bring it in, we'll stamp it, and after they read 5 books, they get a patch that says, I read 5 books.
So constant reinforcement.
10 books, 20 books, 50 books. And after 50 books, no more patches, but they can fill out a form and they'll put their names in. And once a year, we'll have a drawing for some $100 gift certificates to Walmart. Because at Walmart, they can buy stuff like they want, electronics and all, but they can also buy clothing and food
Right,
if
things
needed.
that might be needed. And our friends, the patrons of the public library, are donating those
Yes,
prizes
we are
for
so
us.
happy about that. The kids
Yeah.
love to get that kind of thing.
So the big thing is front load our effort all the way up through kindergarten and then keep that push on up
Exactly.
well past that 3rd grade line, because we know that between 3rd and 4th grade, if they're
That's
not
when-
reading at level,
Exactly.
it's really hard to
And
keep
I'm going to
up.
put a little plug for something that I do that we haven't said for a while. Little boys especially need to see men reading for
right.
pleasure by 3rd grade, because if not, by 3rd grade they realize that books are girl things.
Right.
Mommies read, female teachers read, Sunday school teachers who are female probably read, but they don't see men. They need to see men reading.
And that's one reason I love the new partnership with Line for Line, because
Yes.
that's men in the local barbershops who they're
Encouraging those guys to read.
Yes, and in fact, they reward the young men for reading by giving them a free haircut.
That's
yeah,
right.
So it's a good thing. So now I know also in the new year you're about ready to serve up a bowl of cultural gumbo. What's that about?
That's right. That's got several things in it, which we're really pleased with. It's a program that will meet for 4 weeks. Monday nights be the first one at the main library. The 4 Mondays in February for about an hour and 15 minutes, and it's for families. Don't drop your kids off. It's
Right.
for families,
Because
elementary
again,
age with the parents.
Make it a family activity.
Exactly. We're going to have a little snack, And then we're going to go around the world with stories. The first 4 will be Ethiopia and China, and then the Cherokee, and then Yiddish, Eastern European.
Right.
And so we'll have 2 stories each week about that. And people will check out those books. We have a bag for them that they can take their books home with them. They bring them back the next week. And we're going to read the stories out loud, and then we're going to discuss them. So this is getting to know the rest of the world.
Right. And also showing parents how to share with your kids.
Exactly.
Because sometimes the parents think they're being graded, and that's not
No.
true. There's no one perfect way to share a book with a child.
Exactly. Especially if a parent doesn't have good reading skills themselves. For picture books are called picture books for a reason. Tell the story according to the pictures. When the child finally knows you're not reading to them exactly what's in there, the child can start reading to you.
That's right. Well, there's so much to do and so much to keep doing, but things are really starting to groove.
We are rolling along, and we hope that those reading skills will go right on up.
Well, we know, of course, it's going to take the entire community
Yes, it is.
to move this needle forward on such an important issue.
We ask people, if you have a friend who has young children, please tell them to sign up for the texting, to watch the stories on Monday nights. Sign up if they're elementary age. You don't have to have a child yourself.
Right.
Encourage people you know.
Right. You could have a child in your life.
We have a number of people who, with the stories on Monday night or the text, they sign up their grandchildren in other states.
There you go. All right. After the break, book reviews with one of our younger patrons. Plus, we visit the Bookmobile on site at the Louisiana Book Festival. All that and more coming up next on the Library Roadshow.
I'm Zoe Kravitz from Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Books are magical, and reading can transform your life. Libraries make sure people of all backgrounds can experience the wonder of literature through literacy programs and access to media. Spread the magic by supporting your library.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back to the December edition of the Library Roadshow. Jill Rigby Garner is a character and education and parenting expert and founder of the Baton Rouge-based Manners of the Heart, a speaker, local author, and the publisher of character education programs and books for students. Jill joins me now by phone. Jill, when did you get your start as an author?
I was at a speakers writers conference in California taking a speaker block. Each night at supper they highlighted a promising manuscript. I'd created school curriculum, but I had not even considered writing a trade book. I was called to the stage on Friday night, even though I had not submitted a manuscript. They asked my most popular speaking topic, to which I replied, raising respectful children in a disrespectful world. The host said, "We're here to tell you that must become a book. Today's parents need your help." My response, "Oh, thank you so much, but I'm not a writer." The audience burst into laughter because acquisition editors from all the large publishing houses were present. An agent tapped me on the shoulder and said, "I'll help you learn to write." And the rest, as they say, is history.
What's this book about?
Raising Respectful Children in a Disrespectful World debunks the notion that children need self-esteem. It's the emphasis on building esteem, the esteeming of self, that's created the epidemic of entitlement in our society today. Truly, it's in the esteeming of others that children develop self-respect, which is what they truly need to become all they're meant to be. I help parents raise children who contribute to the lives of those around them.
What inspired you to write this one?
Through our work in elementary schools, I had been conducting workshops for parents. At the end of each presentation, the most common comment I heard was, "I knew something I was doing was wrong, but I really didn't know what until now. You've helped me see how I've been hurting my child rather than helping him." Well, I didn't have to hear that very often following our parent workshops to recognize truly there was a deep, deep need for the lessons and the messages that I was delivering.
What are you working on next?
We just released the second edition of our elementary school heart education curriculum. I've spent the last 2 years revising and enhancing that offering for pre-K to 5th grade, which has resulted in nearly 2,000 pages of material. Yes, the equivalent of 7 books. I'm currently working on a new book that will fully explain the philosophy behind the education of the heart, its critical need, and the profound effect it can have in individual lives and society as a whole.
How can viewers learn more about you and your program?
Viewers can visit mannersoftheheart.org to learn more about my mission to bring a return of respect and civility to our society by equipping schools with elementary curriculum and a high school program called Leaders by Example, and soon to be developed a middle school piece called Strong Heart. We also are working to bring that return of respect and civility by encouraging families through our parent workshops and through our parenting books. And we also engage communities, we engage businesses in our Manners of the Heart, in our Business of Manners curriculum for the marketplace. And we also have a whole social movement called Be Our Respect that includes billboards and radio minutes and commercials and print work as well, with this call back to respectfulness and the serving of each other rather than expecting others to serve us.
Thanks, Jill. Literacy is the foundation to lifelong success, so when I see little ones learning to read at the library, it puts a smile on my face. Let's meet one of those young readers now and find out what they're reading at the library.
Hi, my name is Zaire, and I'm 7, and my favorite book is Biscuit. You found your ball, Biscuit. Woof. You found a little pup, too. Woof, woof. Come out, little pup. Come out, little pup. Biscuit wants to play. Woof, woof. My mom was bringing me to the library. My favorite thing to do when I come to the library is look at books.
Thanks, Zaire. Your reading is coming along beautifully. Stay right there. You're watching the Library Roadshow.
Hey, I'm Constance Wu. Did you know that Crazy Rich Asians was a book before it became a movie? You can still find books at the library, but libraries have so much more, including educational programs for families and opportunities for community engagement and professional development. So visit your library today.
Welcome back to the December edition of the Library Roadshow. You might have seen our big blue bookmobiles driving around the parish. Think of the bookmobile as a library branch on wheels. They allow us to bring the East Baton Rouge Parish Library system to events like this.
We're having fun at the Book Festival!
The Louisiana Book Festival celebrated its 16th year in 2019. Thousands of locals came to downtown Baton Rouge to enjoy all things books. The East Baton Rouge Parish Library System has long partnered with the Louisiana Book Festival. It's where we share our love of literacy and announce our annual One Book, One Community pick.
We're here at the Louisiana Book Festival. It's November the 2nd. We're celebrating everything reading and books. The East Baton Rouge Parish Library is here with DigiBlue, one of our bookmobiles, and we are announcing our spring 2020 One Book, One Community pick. It's going to be Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. It's a story about love, race, identity, a journey, and it's a great opportunity for everybody to share a story and get on the same page.
Americana is the story of two Nigerians making their way in the U.S. and the U.K., raising universal questions of race and belonging. We let the book's theme inspire our booth. Visitors were quizzed with British trivia. Correct answers got them a stamp in their library-issued passports.
I'm Michael Whitehead. I'm with the Print Guild of LSU. We're here at the Louisiana Book Festival here in Baton Rouge, and we're here demonstrating traditional bookmaking techniques. We have paper marbling, paper making. We're also printing t-shirts that were designed by LSU print students, and we're just out here to help celebrate the book arts with all the people of Baton Rouge.
Michael was in good company. Barnes & Noble had a tent. Local authors were everywhere sharing their books and giving free lectures. They even had face painting for the kids.
Think of these bookmobiles as a mobile library. They're a library on wheels. They're love on wheels. We bring love of reading. We bring access to resources to the community. So if you can't get out and about, we come to you.
Being able to plug into large events like this helps us reach more people with our books, services, and our resources. Our bookmobiles allow us to literally bring a branch anywhere in East Baton Rouge Parish.
Hello, my name is David Lodge, and I am the genealogy librarian for the East Baton Rouge Parish Public Library. We are located in the main library on Goodwood Boulevard on the second floor in the Special Collections Room, where history comes alive. As I am sure you're aware, next year, 2020, is a census year. The United States Constitution lists only one obligation that every citizen and resident must fulfill. Every 10 years, in a year ending in 0, we must allow ourselves to be counted in the census. This means that every 10 years, census takers record the name and location of every person in the country, grouped by household. For genealogists, this is an immensely valuable resource. It provides us with a series of snapshots of a family and its changes over time. We have names and ages of parents with their children, and anybody else who is living under the same roof. This allows us to reconstruct families and to push our research back generation by generation. Also, each census provides us with other information, such as ages, birthplaces, citizenship status, marriage years, and much, much more. Access to these valuable documents is available at any library through the digital library, available on our homepage, librarpl.com. We have a subscription to Ancestry Library Edition and Heritage Quest, and are an affiliate of Family Search. These three services all have fully searchable access to census records. We also have, in book form, indexes to censuses from before 1900. If you want to know more, we offer a class dedicated to census research. Or you are welcome to drop by the Special Collections Room at the main library and talk to any of our knowledgeable and experienced staff.
And speaking of the census, they're hiring. Check with the Career Center for more information. It's all available at the main library on Goodwood, and it's free with your East Baton Rouge Parish Library card. And now for today's contest. Visit the library's Facebook page at facebook.com/EBRPL. Is there a Cajun night before Christmas on your bookshelf? How about, what did you lose, Santa? Show me some holiday stories in action. That's facebook.com/EBRPL. And while you're there, enjoy. We're not your grandfather's library anymore. What's coming up on the Library Roadshow in January? A new series, Garden Discoveries, with the Baton Rouge Botanic Garden Foundation, and a new year of Saturday Science led by LSU faculty members.
Tune in next month and I'll take you to one of our library branches to find out what's going on in your neighborhood.
And next month, I'll share another resource from your digital library with you.
Thanks so much for joining us on the Library Roadshow. And remember, your East Baton Rouge Parish Library is open 7 days a week at each and every one of 14 branches, plus 24/7 on the web. Check us out at ebrpl.com.
And that's how we roll.